This is the timeline of the Big Bang, the timeline of the universe. Now, we know that it began around 13.7 billion years ago, back there, in the Big Bang. And we know that when it began, it was really a formless, unimaginably hot ball of not even matter. In fact, we think that all the forces of nature were merged together. There were no particles as we know them today. But as the universe continued to cool and expand, then we think that the particles that we're made of and the forces that we're familiar with today crystallized out. I mean, one of the most important moments was something that's got a fancy name called electroweak symmetry breaking. It's the point when mass entered the universe for the first time, when things got substance for the first time. It's just back there, about a billionth of a second after the Big Bang, and we're investigating that at the Large Hadron Collider at CERN in Geneva. We then know that the universe continued to cool and expand. After around about a second, then the familiar particles that make up the atomic nuclei of stars and planets and us, the protons and neutrons, formed in the universe. We know that after about 3 minutes, so somewhere around there was hydrogen and helium in the universe, the first two, the simplest chemical elements. The universe then continued to expand and cool, and after about 350 to 400,000 years, the universe was cold enough and diffuse enough for electrons to go into orbit around the hydrogen and helium nuclei to form atoms. At that point, the universe became transparent for the first time. Light could travel through the universe, and amazingly, we can detect that light now as it rains down on the Earth as something called the cosmic microwave background radiation. The universe then continued to expand and cool. It got cold enough for gravity to clump matter together into stars and planets and galaxies. And this is the age of the universe that we now live in. It's called the stelliferous era, the age of the stars. That's somewhere like here. Then, in the book, we continue onwards into the far future, actually to the point in the future when we think all the stars will have gone and even black holes will have evaporated away. And here's the amazing thing. If I carried on this sheet of paper, this background, and I went into the far future to find the most distant thing we can talk about with any certainty, something that happened 10 to the power 100 years in the future, then this background would not fit in the universe.